Welcome to Sports Plus Passion, or should I say, welcome back. I'm your host, Brana Marks, and if you stuck around to see me come back, I really appreciate you. It's been a long time, but I'm proud to be back. Let's jump into topic number one. The NBA is back, and it's definitely exciting. There have been so many trades, so much drama, so much backlash. I'm just glad to be an NBA fan, watching some of these teams grow and change just within the summer has definitely been exciting. Just a few teams that I want to talk about today are the Spurs, the Raptors, and the Lakers. Moving to San Antonio, yes, I did move to San Antonio. I had the privilege to go to the Spurs opening game against the Timberwolves. That was one of the most watched games because of all the drama within the team. So you have Minnesota with Jimmy Butler, who is lashing out, doesn't want to be on that team, but he's still there and he definitely put up points. Then you have somebody like the Spurs that are rerouting their entire franchise, almost the faces of their franchise, because they lost their big three. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker are all gone. So the Spurs look completely different. Now you still have Coach Greg Popovich, of course, and he's gonna be there probably till the day he dies. But he is there and he's definitely still enthusiastic and a hard guy with a lot of passion, and he definitely wants to keep this team going no matter what. Of course, he loves the Spurs. Jumping into that game when DeMar DeRozan got traded between the Raptors, when those two got traded, there was a lot of emotion because those guys had become the faces of those franchises, and you know, money is money and deals are deals, and they had to leave. But the fans in AT&T Center love that they have DeMar DeRozan. He came out, you know, the crowd went crazy. Every shot he made, the fans were right there to yell, to scream, to cheer him on. He even said that he tried to buy his mom a jersey. Every jersey was sold out. San Antonio is definitely loving that he is there and that he is active, and he's a very good player overall, and he meshed so well with the Spurs. It was a little scary how everything really worked together. That team is going to the playoffs. I'm calling it right now. They're going to the playoffs. It's only game one of the season, but it's against a good team. DeMar led the team to the win. His teammates were loving it. Popovich was definitely content with the win and how they played. And looking at the Raptors, the flip on Kawhi, he scored 24 points and the crowd gave him a bunch of love too. So they're definitely two great players, and they're two great franchises and two great teams, and they're gonna be teams to watch. And then you have the Lakers. The Lakers are having a ton of fun. They look like the Harlem Globetrotters because all they're doing is posterizing people and creating highlights and having fun and sharing the ball, but they're not winning. Not consistently, at least. They did beat the Warriors in the preseason, but it is the preseason, and NBA preseason, not a lot of people take that seriously, including the players. So it's going to be interesting to see how their competitive side tries to balance out this fun. So you have young players like Kuzma and Lonzo, and yes, Lonzo got stronger, but he only put up 7 points. And then you have Lance Stevenson and LeBron, who's just ecstatic to be an LA Laker. I'm a LeBron fan, so I'm excited to see how the Lakers actually put these things together, the idea of fun and the idea of competition. The NBA season is always a long one. There's definitely going to be a lot of changes. Stick with me because I'll be giving you the highlights and all the feedback and all that good stuff. And remember to interact in the comments with me, of course. So topic number two, switching gears just a little bit, but sticking in the NBA. The NBA G League announced that they're going to give a player option to players who are 18 but are not eligible for the NBA draft. The NBA has a rule where you have to be 12 months removed from high school before you can enter the draft. It's been a controversy between the NCAA and the NBA, who are proud partners because of course they work together to recruit these players. There's been backlash over the whole one and done situation. The one and done situation is basically players who want to go to the league but they can't because of this rule, so they go to college for a year and then they go to the league. They waste a lot of people's time and money. That's what schools are concerned about, because they that money into other resources or other players who want to commit for at least 2 to 3 to 4 years. This G League option is a good option. I see it still as a little bit controversial because I think players should experience college, and some do change their mind and you get experience. This is something that definitely has to be watched and monitored as this goes on to see how this plays out, because you have players like LeBron who came straight out of high school and now he's one of the best players in the league, but then you have other players that fall off because they didn't get that maturity. They didn't receive the education. The G League obviously is very small and it's very different, but it still prepares you for the NBA. They're offering $125,000 to these players. You're talking about 18-year-olds. Recruiting is going to start basically at the end of the year. This action is immediate. They're going to start recruiting with the USA junior team. They say they're not going to recruit players that have committed to colleges, but they're not going to not take players who decide to decommit. But moving on to topic number 3, NFL. Just a little update. We're about halfway through the season. First off, the Rams. They're the only undefeated team left in the league, and they're amazing. It doesn't look like they're gonna go down anytime soon. This team is definitely going to the playoffs. If not, they're going to win a Super Bowl. The last time they won a Super Bowl was in 2000, 18 years ago, and they were the St. Louis Rams. They weren't even the Los Angeles Rams. This franchise has definitely changed, including having a player like Jared Goff partnered with a player like Todd Gurley. Jared Goff has been one of the most improved quarterbacks in the league. This man gets better and better every single year. He throws for more yards. He has a better player option read. He knows how to lead his team and bring them with him. He knows how to use an arsenal like Todd Gurley, who recently just put up 208 yards and 2 touchdowns in 1 game. So he's improving as well. Their defense is a little shaky. They've had a few close games. Defense is definitely gonna have to snap into it, because if the defense starts to lag off more, they're gonna lose games, and that's gonna be it for them. You can't have a team without defense. You have the teams who are usually on top, like the Chiefs and the Patriots and the Saints. Those are teams that are gonna go to the playoffs. But some teams to watch, particularly some teams that I have noticed, the Bears, who acquired Khalil Mack. Now, they've had probably one of the best seasons that they've ever had. They probably could have won more games, but they are just kind of getting their feet wet with this whole winning situation. I would say definitely watch out for the Bears. And another one, the Browns. The Browns have finally started winning games. They're 2-3. They almost had a winning record for this part of the season, but that's a little shaky. They're also getting their feet wet as far as winning games. You know, it's hard to keep that consistency when you're not used to it. It's very turbulent. At least they have somebody like Baker Mayfield to lead them. I wasn't too fond of Baker Mayfield being drafted #1 overall, but that's only because I'm a Baylor alum, and OU, of course, we don't like. He definitely has proven me wrong, and I'm sure proven a lot of other people wrong with his maturity. I thought he was going to be just another Johnny Manziel. He is leading this team and he's being mature about it, and he is taking initiative, and he is taking the blame for things that he does wrong, and he's trying his best to learn from them. I'm sure the NFL has kind of deflated the big head he had when he was at OU, and I'm glad that he was able to transition like that. If the Browns decide to really learn from their mistakes and really get up from this kind of hump that they're in, because they have a great possibility to be a really good team. And if not this year, if they're able to improve next year and get some new players, then the Browns are definitely going to finally be a team to watch. That's all I have for this episode of Sports Plus Passion. Finally, episode 10, guys. I finally made it to episode 10. So this is a great accomplishment. Thank you guys for watching me. Please keep subscribing, commenting, retweeting. Your girl is gonna be a sports reporter. The support and the love that I get is really what's going to push me. And catch me on my next episode, episode 11. I'm Bronna Marks. Bye.